If you'd like us to adapt this webinar or any other manuals into high-impact, affordable webinars or videos, contact us today. Our culture and values is the key to the team and our success. We have 6 key elements. Teamwork. Helping others is a priority. You can rely on others for help and advice. In fact, you're expected to do so. Kindness. We value caring for others. Demonstrating we care for people provides an effective framework for challenging directly and delivering feedback. Share. There are aspects of our culture. Be willing to invest in people and engage in open dialogue. Negative one-to-one. Give negative feedback in a small setting, preferably in person. Say thanks. Recognize that people that have helped you publicly. Say thanks in front of other people. Give feedback effectively. When providing feedback, always make it about the work itself. Focus on the business impact, not the person. No blame or fault, just an opportunity to improve. Get to know each other. Because of the text-based communication, encourage people to get to know each other on a personal level. Don't pull rank. If you have to remind someone of the position you are in, you're doing something wrong. Assume positive intent. Respect others' expertise and give them grace in the face of what you might perceive as mistakes. Address behavior, but don't label people. People don't want to be called jerks, other such names. Avoid these classifications. Say sorry. If you make a mistake, apologize. Saying sorry is not a sign of weakness, but one of strength. No ego. Don't defend a point to win an argument or double down on a mistake. Leave your ego at the door. See others succeed. Success of others is needed for your success. People are not their work. Always make suggestions about examples of work performed, not the person. Do it yourself. No need to brainstorm, wait for consensus, or do with two what you can do for yourself. Blameless problem solving. We hold blameless root cause analysis and retrospectives for stakeholders to speak up without fear of punishment or retribution. Results. We do what we promise to each other, customers, users, and investors. Measure results, not ours. We care about what you achieve. You don't have to defend how you spend your day. Give agency. We give people agency to focus on what they think is most beneficial. Write promises down. Agree in writing all measurable goals. Growth mindset. We try to hire people based on their trajectory, not their pedigree. Overall optimization. Don't optimize for the goals of your team when it negatively impacts the goals of other teams, our users, and or the company. Tenacity. You keep picking up yourself, dusting yourself off, and quickly get up again. Ownership. As an owner of your own tasks, you're responsible for overcoming challenges, not suppliers or other team members. Sense of urgency. Try to get results as fast as possible so the compounding results can begin and you can be focused on the next project. Ambitious. While we iterate with small changes, we strive for large, ambitious results. Bias for action. We keep our focus on action and don't fall into a trap of analysis, paralysis, or sticking to a slow, quiet path without risk. Accepting uncertainty. The ability to accept that there are things that we don't know about the work we're trying to do. Accept it and move forward. We care about working on the right things, not doing more than needed. Boring solutions. Use the simplest and most boring solution for a problem. Don't pick up an interesting technology just to make it more fun. Efficiency for the right group. Making a process efficient for one person or a small group may not be efficient outcome for the whole organization. Be respectful of others' time. Consider the time investment you are asking others to make with meetings and a permission process. Spending company money like it's your own. Every dollar we spend will have to be earned back. Be as frugal with the company money as is your own. Frugality. Accomplish more with less. There are no extra points for growing headcount, budget size, or fixed expenses. Freedom. You should have clear objectives and freedom to work as you see fit. Short verbal answers. Give short answers to verbal questions so the other party has the opportunity to ask more or move on. Keep broadcasts short. Keep one-to-many written communication short. Manager 1. We want team members to manage themselves and don't need any check-ins to achieve their goals. Responsibility over rigidity. When possible, we give people the responsibility to make decisions and hold them accountable. Accept mistakes. Additional processes make all actions more inefficient. A mistake only affects one. Diversity and inclusion are fundamental to the success of the company. Cultural fit. We hire and reward employees based on our own shared values. We want a values fit, not a cultural fit. We want cultural diversity. Quirkiness. Unexpected and unconventional things make life interesting. Celebrate and encourage quirky gifts, habits, behavior, and points of view. Building a safe community. Everyone has the right to feel safe when working. We do not tolerate abuse, harassment, exclusion, discrimination, or retaliation of any community members, including our own employees. Unconscious bias. We recognize that unconscious bias is something that affects everyone. We are responsible for understanding our own implicit biases and helping others understand theirs. Inclusion. We're choosing to build and institutionalize a culture that is inclusive and supports all employees equally. Inclusive language. Use inclusive language so that all feel involved. See something, say something. We have employees from different backgrounds and cultures. That means it's important for us to use great judgment in being respectful. Family and friends first, work second. Long-lasting relationships come from before work. Iteration. We do the smallest thing possible and get it out as quick as possible. Don't wait. When you have something of value, like a small fix, implement it straight away. Reduce cycle time. Shorter iterations reduce our cycle time. Work is part of the community. Small iterations make it easier to work with a wider community and it's quicker to give feedback. Minimum viable change. Always look to make the quickest change possible to improve the outcome. If you think it's better than what it was, do it. Make a proposal. If you need to decide something as a team, make a concrete proposal instead of calling a meeting to get everyone's input. Everything is a draft. We rarely put a draft on any content in our proposals, but everything is always a draft and is subject to change. Under construction, we should always optimize for the long term. This means that users will be inconvenienced in the short term, but current and future users will enjoy a better product at the end. Focused on improvement. We believe great companies sound negative because they focus on what they can improve, not on what is working. Ask, what do you think we can improve? Do things to scale. First, optimize for speed and results, and what a success figure that we can do it to scale. Make two-way door decisions. Most decisions are easy to reverse. Have a directly responsible individual make them without approval. Changing proposals is an iteration. Only when the change is rolled out to users can you learn from feedback. Transparency. Be open about as many things as possible. By making information public, we can reduce the threshold to contribution and make collaboration easier. Public by default. If something is not public, there should be a reference in the handbook that states a confidential decision. Directness is about being transparent with each other. Feedback was always about work and not your person. Surface issues constructively. Be transparent to the right people at the right time. Anyone and anything can be questioned. Any past decisions and guidelines are open to questioning as long as you act in accordance with them until they are changed. Disagree, commit and disagree. Everything can be questioned, but as long as the decision that is in place, we expect people to commit to executing it. Single source of truth. By having most company communications and word and internet public, we have one single source of truth. Find a limit. We accept it if we're sometimes publicizing information that has remained confidential in retrospect. Say why, not just what. Transparent changes have the reasons for change laid out clearly along with the change itself. This leads to fewer questions later on because people already have some understanding. Reproductivity. Enable everyone involved to come to the same conclusion as you. Do your best to make the line of thinking transparent to others even if they disagree. Accountability increases accountability when making decisions and difficult choices. Our values help us prevent these dysfunctions. Absence of trust. Unwilling to be vulnerable within a group is prevented by collaboration, specifically kindness. Fear of conflict. Seeking artificial harmony over constructive, passionate debate is prevented by transparency, specifically directness. Lack of commitment. Not having buy-in for the group decision creates ambiguity throughout the organization, and this is prevented by transparency, specifically directness. Avoidance of accountability. Ducking the responsibility to call peers on counterproductive behavior which sets standards. This is prevented by results, iteration, and transparency. Inattention to results. Focus on personal success, status and ego before team success is prevented by results.